They won't sell that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Times will change. Times will continue to change. Like things will move along, and I think it's important to always make sure, like what Mummy said is true. Like, we should always feel comfortable in how we dress. Now, the one thing I know is that for me, ripped jeans, like there are certain ripped jeans that I do not find to be bad, and that's the one thing I want to put across, that I feel like your relationship with God, first and foremost, is personal. And I always believe that if you believe, like truly believe, don't deceive yourself, if you truly believe that how you dress reflects God, then I'm all for it. Like if you can personally be like all for it, but I always want to talk to parents, because I spoke to my mum about this before, about wearing ripped jeans. She was like, do you think, it was my dad actually that said, do you think a child of God should be wearing ripped jeans? And I said, okay, let's go into the Bible. Tell me where it emphasizes that ripped jeans is not a godly thing, and I want to understand. And I said, do you want me not to wear ripped jeans out of respect for you as my father, or as a Christian? I was like, if you tell me, okay, I don't want you as your father, no, I don't want you to wear ripped jeans, out of respect for you, I will understand that. So I want parents to always be able to differentiate. Don't say a child of God must not wear this, but I believe it is, do you know what I mean, to put across that is your opinion. Because we went through the scriptures, like, Daddy doesn't tell me that I'm not allowed to wear ripped jeans. So if I believe that just the cut at the rip at the knee is fine for me, and nobody is looking at my knee going, oh, this knee is so beautiful. Then I believe that I can wear it. So I understand what Mummy's saying. I'm saying that there are certain assets that are sexual and that we should cover them, we should make sure that we dress appropriately, although like not to cause that. So I think that there are certain things that fashion will always continue to change, and I believe that you should be able to embrace what is around you and understand, otherwise you won't be able to relate to those who are outside doing certain things, you know what I mean?
Okay, so please let's give us a word. Coming back. I'm going to open it up to the floor. And I think she touched on a very important point, and she touched on something that's quite controversial within the faith, and that's the issue of, I'm going to band it all together, the issue of ripped jeans. So do we all understand what ripped jeans are? Oh, there's more now, so there's even up here, and all this, everything is just ripped outside. So there's ripped jeans, there's also showing of the shoulders, and then above knee length. And thank you, man. You don't know about that. They call it cleavage, whichever that one is. Me, I don't know which one that one is. So I'm gonna open it up to the older generation, in the sense that, what are your thoughts on some of these? What are your thoughts on the dress sense of the younger generation within this day and age? Are the way that they're dressing now, and let's be honest, let's have an honest conversation. Is it similar to how you'd have done it back in your day, or were there things similar? That's similar. So I'm going to open it up to the floor first. Anyone?
Amen. Now, I just wanted to quickly put a point across. When you say the way you dress, does it reflect your relationship with God, and how much does the way you dress, impact on other people? Now, I just believe one thing. Like now, it was easier when we have our boys under 10 to tell them, do this and do that. But it was a different story when they become a teenager. And on a number of occasions, they've actually put us to test. On a number of occasions, we'll actually fight over the way they dress. But one thing I made clear to them is this. I told them, I'm a pastor. And for a reason, I would want you to dress in a way that confirms the fact that I should be able to talk to other children when I see them in church. But having said that, I believe one thing that you say, as we grow up and we have a relationship with Christ, we have a relationship with God, our modesty should be known to us as time goes on. And I remember some quite few years while I was still very young. I like wearing necklaces, you know. My buttons is always here when I have the axe. I still have a pack, it's only one now. It's not 6 anymore. So what I was putting at I will wear my shirt. So I will wear my shirt in such a way that this is where the buttons will be, or just button down and stuff like that. And I put my necklace down so that people will see. And when I become a born again Christian, I still dress in that same manner. But now I have a pendant with cross on it. But as my relationship deepened with Christ, on a particular day, I even got married at then. She's been away. I got dressed up. I wanted to go to church. I was looking at myself naked in the mirror, with my necklace on. And the Spirit of the Lord spoke to me and said, "Are you putting that on to church this morning?" I said, "Yes." He said, "How do you look?" And I looked at myself again, and I see the necklace on my neck, and he told me, my spirit told me, I look like a dog. Yeah. And I took it off with peace in my heart. And ever since then, I've never put anything on my neck. Almost about 20-something years ago now. But one thing I want us to understand is, see, the last time we got dressed up with the same rib chase, I didn't even say anything. You know? But when we got home, I just told him, I said, dress in a way that will respect you and respect your person. If you think that's fine, and he looked at the whole situation, I said, I don't think it's actually, what am I actually even doing this for? But I believe one thing, it's a conviction within ourselves. If we're truly a child of God, there's no need for anybody to come to tell you whether you dress well or not. Your spirit inside of you will tell you how you do. Praise the Lord.
Sorry, sir. I just want to let you sit back down. I think we, as the younger generation, I'm switching sides. We want to know from the older generation, what is the problem with ripped jeans, with tops with holes in them? What is the problem with them?
Okay, now let's get on with this. When we talk of, I wear ripped jeans in my time anyway. The one I even ripped myself. Praise the Lord. But the fact is this, just like what I'm trying to drag across the stage. Say, I have no issue with the jeans. But one thing is this, just like you said, when you begin to have ripped jeans in such a way that is showing some nudity, in places whereby it's not supposed to be ripped. Because I believe that there are some who have holes here. Even some when we say in carnivals, there are holes here. And you see the tongue, whatever is the case. Now, one thing is this. They're proper dresses, which are fashionable, which you can actually put yourself into. And you yourself will know that you dress well. But when he has the question, and you got to understand that it's going beyond normal. Now, I believe that when we want to define normal now, it's actually relative to whatever is normal to me and possibly not be normal to you. But I want you to understand one thing, I still bring you back again to the scripture. The Bible makes us to understand that who will know the minds of Christ? Except that which is in Christ, yeah? But one thing is this, that if we truly have this mind, we will know. And I'm still saying it again. Ripped jeans or no ripped jeans, I have no problem with it. As long as you dress appropriately and your rippedness is not showing your excess. Praise the Lord.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to bring it to the back. Praise God.
say that with great authority. I am probably the oldest person in this room. And ripped jeans are nothing new. We had them back in the 60s, so it's not a particularly new fashion. We used to deliberately wear our jeans through to, you buy a new pair and to make them hold it. It's nothing new. So I once again have no particular problem with it, except when it starts exposing parts that it shouldn't be exposing. Bit of skin down here, around your knee, well, if you're wearing shorts, you'll see exactly the same anyway, so it's not a big deal. What I do have a problem with, or maybe it's personal because I'm old school, I grew up in Catholic church, you know, what you might call a more, yeah, anyway. And when we went to church, we dressed. It didn't matter what you wore in the street during the week. When you went to church, it wouldn't matter if it was gathering like this, you dressed. I mean, this is me dressed down. If I'm normally going to church, I would be dressed up past this. To me, jeans don't belong in church. To me, t-shirts don't belong in church. To me, caps don't belong in church. These are things that I find, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. They do not belong in church. They don't belong in church. Because I was brought up, if I'd have walked into church with a hat on, my neck shape or form, and it wouldn't be my mother or father, it would be anybody. Would have slapped your head for wearing such a thing. And when I first came into the Pentecostal church, I was shocked what people wear for church. I was truly shocked at what people wear for church. You sort of, they're wearing their best jeans. You don't wear your best jeans, you wear your best trousers. You don't wear your best t-shirt, you wear your best shirt with a tie. These are the things I grew up with. Perhaps I'm old school. Perhaps I'm very old school, but I still think God deserves that kind of honour. That you dress for church. You come looking like you want to meet God on a proper level.
Okay, I can hear some nervous in the room. I'm just going to take it to the floor. I'll come back to you. So where is it going to come to the floor? I'll come to you back. Sorry, can I get some more? Sorry, sir. Please.
Okay, everyone's raised very good points. Some I agree with, some I don't agree with. You know what's funny? My mom just sat here and she said that she used to wear ripped jeans back in the day. And when I first bought my ripped jeans, because I normally don't wear it, I just wear it because I just wanted to try and see how I look in it. And I wore it, and she just said, yeah, we used to do it back in the day, but she used to rip me for it. Like, she used to say all sorts of things, saying, oh, why are you wearing ripped jeans? Why are you doing this? Why are you, like, what's the point of ripped jeans? And now she's confessing that she used to wear it. In all honesty, the clothing issue is harder for women, I would say, a lot of the times. Just yesterday, we were having a conversation about women wearing certain clothes revealing in Nigeria. And they said that, you turn around, certain women will not walk down the street where area boys are because area boys will do certain things to women. And it's like, okay, what if she wasn't wearing revealing clothing? What if she was just wearing normal clothes? They said, oh, she would still be attacked by these boys. Now you can see that really it's in the mind of men. Where we need to start first of all is that men need to control themselves first of all. And this is not me just sticking up for women. This is fact. Like, women can't help that they're voluptuous. They can't help it. They are meant like you said, like, some women know they have treasures and they try their best to keep it. It's very hard for certain women that are voluptuous to buy clothes or buy certain clothes, undergarments. It's very hard for them. It was very expensive. It was very tiring for them to do that. So we can't continue to blame like women for not wearing the right clothes. It's not their fault most of the time. It needs to start with us. No, it's true. It's not. We need to start with ourselves first of all. We need to control ourselves first of all, we are children of God. On the case of
Sorry, if I can get some silence in the room. Sorry, you're saying in the case of...
In a case of I just forgot no, the hat don't got me. I know why I'm wearing the hat. Yeah, so women is very hard, and that's the very first thing. In the case of fashion, I think if you look when the King James Bible was written, that was the very first Bible that was written in English. Bible was written in Latin before then. Now around that time when King James wrote that Bible, men of power, men of esteem, if you were seen with a man with money or power, you were doing makeup on your face. These are Christian people that are doing makeup on their face as men. So that was right in that time, but it's not right now. Like Pastor said, it's all relative. What you find fashion then, it's not going to be fashion now. If that makes sense, you understand? So like, I know some people look at me like, right, this is wild, but it's very true in the sense of like, fashion is all relative in your time. You can't be comparing then and now to all that time.
Right, so a question, a point that was raised, and a point, thank you very much, sir. A point that you raised was that it's not down to the women in what they wear, it's down to the mindset. You don't put all the blame, okay. He puts 25% of the blame on women, 75% on the men. To say that it's the men who are looking at clothing in the wrong light, is that correct? So to say that a woman can wear anything and it's down to... No. I want to make sure I'm getting the correct. So what you're saying, okay, so let me paraphrase correctly. What you're saying is that when a woman dresses, she shouldn't be dressing with the mindset of how it's going to make a man think. But she should be dressing with how it makes her feel.
Yeah, like to wear it comfortable. Now if you wear uncomfortable clothes, just like behind the fact that men are lost, at your discomfort, then it's a disadvantage for everyone. Like, you go and tell it.
Right, so you should be dressing for comfort. Can we agree on that? Okay. So the question that I'm going to propose to the room is that if I'm dressing for comfort, I'll come to you, sir. If as a woman I'm dressing for comfort, and for me, comfortable, if I'm a very top-heavy and back-heavy woman, if that means I'm just going to wear something small, revealing my belly, revealing my legs, is that okay? That's comfortable.
No, sometimes it's not comfortable to wear that. Like, you get them on the itself and they are.
No, I'm saying, sorry. So I'm saying if. So based on your point, the point that you raised was that it's based on comfortability.
Okay, there's certain skirts, right, that's long enough in the church.
You don't wear them.
Where it would show off the figure of...
Can we speak?
I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to the pastor. Sorry, I'm coming.
So again, with whatever that we say, please don't take offense to it. My mind's looking at me.
It's a conversation.
We're having conversation. This is how I see it. Like, I wear ripped jeans. I remember I came into a choir practice one day and I wore ripped jeans, and I think someone wasn't happy with that, and they said, "Oh, you are a figure. You are someone that your siblings look up to, you're this, you're that." I remember I was quite defensive about my ripped jeans. But yes, we don't, like, what we don't know, what we don't understand, we don't really know, and what we don't really understand. At the end of the day, I bought the jeans because they were ripped jeans. I saw them, they looked nice, they matched my top, I'm going to wear it. I didn't even see the line, like, it didn't even occur to me that way. It's ripped. Do you know what I mean? Now, one thing that I think we use, one thing that I think we use try to do is that not understand our parents, not understand where they're coming from. Hold on a minute, you got your point, let me get mine out. Like, I feel like we don't consider them when we make certain decisions. Do you get what I mean? Like, today, I wanted to wear ripped jeans. But I was like, if I wear it, my mom will be so angry. Like, I'm coming up in church wearing ripped jeans and there's an event. Do you get what I mean? So now, that's put a barrier, hold on, that's put a barrier on how I feel about what I'm wearing. Do you get what I mean? So I'm not buying ripped jeans no more. But at the end of the day, I still look fine without it. It's not, no, you must wear ripped jeans. Do you get what I mean? So it's not that you have to buy or wear ripped jeans all the time. Sometimes you don't have to wear it. Like, do you have to wear ripped jeans? No. Hold on. No, we don't have to wear ripped jeans. But if we wear ripped jeans, it doesn't make us provocative as such. It doesn't make us, like we're wearing skimpy clothing. It doesn't make us, anyhow. And someone said something about, does it has to do with the relationship with Christ, right? Okay, my mom used to give an example to me. She said that even God uses madmen. Please, they're wearing rags. Do you get what I mean? They're wearing rags and God's using them.
For a purpose, but you are not.
So does that now mean that God decides to now use someone that's wearing rags for one purpose? So does that mean that that could happen to me, that I could wear rags, and then for that purpose, I'm now done because I wore rags?
Thank you very much. Can I have everybody be attentive? Everybody will talk, but first of all, I want us to know that we are dealing with a delicate issue. Issues that have physical and spiritual connotations. Things that are from the beginning of the world and up till now. Things that are in the Bible and are in the world. So I'll start with this. First of all, in the olden days, yes, I saw my sisters wearing even their own wrapper, they tie it, but it will be up to here, a little bit after me. And their buba, we call it, is always here. Right, Oleku, thank you. And before that time, I make a research, before that time, the women in the part where I come from, they always dress down, maxi. Everything they wear cover their knees. Right from, that is tradition. And those who wear asoki, they wrap their wrapper and it goes down. And men love them for that. And for men, we have our buba, our trousers, in fact, my father's trouser, one leg will be like this. And we have it when we were young as well. We have it JB, and we put platform, big heel, men, big heel, massive heel. Your shoe, if it is not like this before you wear it, and it will increase your height by 1 inch or 2. Yes, Daddy, you are not going to the party. So we have all this. But in olden days, we dress down smartly, the way they see you. When we were going to school, we started it. Where is Sophie? Sophie? Did you see the jeans she wore? Stretch jeans, we call it. Height jeans. There is for boys, there is for girls. I wear some of it. My daughter once before asked me, Dad, don't you wear jeans? Because of her, I went to buy jeans. But I never told her that I used to wear jeans and my jeans used to be tight like that. And listen, when I'm going to party, I put cassette in my bum. And when I got to party, I tie come to party. We have our people. So don't tell me that what you say, what you doing, we never do it before. But there is tradition, there is things of the world, and there is things of the spirit. Now, the mistake, what we have gone through in the past, if we talk to you about them, what we're saying is some mistake we have made, and the consequence of that mistake, we don't want you to have it. The same thing. So we're preventing you to have better future. That is number one. Number two, that is the world. But when we now come to, I wasn't a Christian by birth. I became a Christian by choice. Are you getting me? Now, what I do not know then, when I came to become a Christian, I knew them. So it will be hard for me to go out again, out of the boundary, and then begin to do the things of the world. And when I know better, I will not want my children to go out of the Christianity and go out of the world. Now, all this is happening there, but the Christianity, what does the Bible say? That is one of my place. When we come to this country as well, this country, in the 50s, 40s, 30s, the women wear long dress, maxi, everything covered. The men of those times, you are not dressing up. They will have inner suits. They will have, their ties are not like this before. It's handkerchief. They will roll it to their head and then they will put it on. They will dress nice. You see the picture around. It is when there is civilization that they even tone it down to this. Now when you dress like this, you are all right. But in the olden days as well, you see men that wear, there is something called shag. They put shaggy. So that ladies will see my boxer. Then I begin to roll my body. Those ones, you want to hear the story of those ones? It's those who commit offense that they throw into the prison, they took their belt, and they are using their tie to hold their... and when they go about in their prison. Now when we come to the biblical, the Bible says that we are chosen generation, holy priesthood, peculiar. We are taken out of the darkness into his marvelous light, so that we should show forth his praise. So we must be different. In the Bible, the same rag jeans you are wearing, the slave wear them in the Bible. They pierce their hair so that they can know them. Read the Bible. The tattoos are for the slaves so that they don't run away. Just let me finish. You're going to take yours. Just read that. Just wait. But the Bible says that when we are all priests, God doesn't have to see you naked. You dress well. He told his priests, he told them the kind of dress the priests could wear in the Bible. Yes? If we are the priests and we want to be in our position, we should not be naked. That is another thing. Then, when you say women dressing and putting half and the cleavage, in fact, I don't only have problem with youth. There are some adults I have problem with. They will dress up, and then when they want to greet the man of God, hello daddy, and that is everything you are giving to your husband, another man is looking at it. It is wrong. You are tempting the man of God. So that's why when you come to the house of God, no. We say that some men are committed.
Sorry guys.
place. But when we are a Christian, we should behave ourselves and put ourselves like a Christian. What is going on in the olden days is still on now. All those dresses that at this time, although summer is not that hot now, our children are not wearing something bad. You will see them, jeans here is there. But do we want to imitate such things? It's not good. So we should put ourselves. And then it's not just what you wear, the ripped jeans and everything. Even the tag of your clothing. What is the logo of your dress? I went to Nest one day, and I want to buy shirt for my children, and I saw at the back they put score on it. In the Bible, the scores are for the dead, and the Lord says I should be commanding, prophesying for the dead to become alive. And why should I put the dead on my son? So I want, in what I'm saying to become a dead person. No. So if he buy it, I will remove it from him and told him, son, you are alive. And stay alive. Why? Because the adage says, the way you present yourself, the way people will take it. Are you getting me? There are some that are not Christian outside. They smoke, they do all sorts of things. They do not come to some certain people because they say, this one are not our class. But when you begin to dress like them, then they will come to you and then they will influence you. You are trained to go and influence them, not for them to influence you. Are you getting me? You are trained to go and preach the gospel, let people know what you have, and then give it to the world. And that was what the apostles were doing on that day. I'm not condemning the way you dress, but to do everything in moderation. Okay. Now, one of my daughter wear ripped jeans one day to the church. I didn't like it, and I approached. This is the way I do it. Please, what is the name of this jeans? Everything has a name. And she was honest that day. She said, stress. Stress. No, not stretch. Stress. Because it's that stress. Distress. Distress. What is the meaning of distress?
Distress, carefree, no baggage. Yeah, distress. No, not distress, as in I'm in distress. We're talking about D-I-E, yeah. So I'm stress-free, not distressed. I'm stressed. Yeah, I'm de-stressed.